Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talks. In this video we're going to do a review of game week 6. We're going to look at some of the top scoring players in game week 6. We'll have a look at how we got on as well. At the end we'll go through the mini league, who is top, who has had the best week, and then we'll also look at who is predicted to get the most points over the next 5 weeks. So if you enjoy your FPL videos, don't forget to hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. We've got team selection videos, watch lists, all that good stuff coming in before the next deadline. In the meantime, lots to do. Let's have a look. All the fixtures then are completed for game week 6. All matches have been fulfilled, so Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal all dropping points this weekend. So good weekends for Chelsea, Manchester United. What a weekend as well for Bournemouth. We'll give them a shout out. Recently drubbed 9-0 and then having to go 2 down against Forest, pulling it around for 3-2. Wow, great result. Well done to them. Let's have a look at some of those top performers then for game week 6. In terms of expected goals, no real surprise. Ivan Toney, 3 goals, picked up 17 points. 1.25 is expected goals. Obviously, he's on penalty as well. Isaac was right up there, 1.14. We'll have a look at him in a minute. And Antonio, first time we've seen his name up there for a while, 1.12. But I know a few people on our mini league got onto Toney. Quadder, you did really well if you did. Anyone who captained him just had a bumper weekend, so well done to you. In terms of expected assists, bit of a surprise really. One of them up there was Pascal Gross, levelled in with Struijk. So even though he didn't get anything, drubbed 5 goals, he was expected to get 0.86 in terms of assists. De Bruyne right up there as well. I don't think Leeds defenders at the moment are going to be on our list, but Gross is definitely interesting. He continues to have a very high XGI altogether, and De Bruyne, we know all about him as well. So those players that were actually on top in terms of XGI, expected goal involvements, right at the top of the list, 1 goal, 9 points. Harry Kane, 1.60 expected goal involvement. De Bruyne was second at 1.39, and then Haaland coming in at 1.30. So 3 of the biggest hitters in the game, all producing in terms of expected goals. That's why they're the most expensive. Let's have a look at some of those players that might interest us in terms of their performances over the weekend. I will have a look at De Bruyne, 12.2. He's not cheap, but 7 points. He got 1 assist in that game against Aston Villa. His XGI across the season is really good, 0.97. I think the standout thing for that Villa game, though, 4 shots he had and 6 key passes that led to shots as well. Just how involved is he into everything that Man City do? We know how many goals they get. He's already had a rest recently. He looks a really good option, especially if you're getting a little bit exasperated with Salah. Dropping down to De Bruyne seems a really easy move to make. The other player that continues to impress and is going to be perhaps someone I'll look at bringing in is Isaac. What great fixtures. You've got West Ham, you've got Bournemouth, Fulham, Brentford. And again, after an impressive performance at Anfield, scoring a goal there, only picked up 2 points, no goals and assists. His XGI was over 1, so he should have done a lot better. He had that golden opportunity, 1.25, 4 shots in that match, 1 key pass. Isaac continues to impress and his underlying stats look good, so he looks like one to potentially jump on in the future. Let's have a look at how I got on then. Henderson was my only transfer. Before the game week started, I did really struggle. I had 2 transfers. I was really struggling who to bring out. My side looked pretty good. I did have a number of worries about who was going to play. Perisic was a worry. I didn't expect him to come off the bench, if I'm honest. I thought if he didn't start, he'll get that rest. That didn't really pan out. Was worried about Haaland, but he did start, captained him, so that was a good decision. But wow, I mean, the rest of the side looked good. It's just one of those things. I think I can't really pinpoint exactly where it went wrong. Trent came off with 58 minutes, was it? So a lot of FPL managers will be unhappy about that. James, but didn't get any sort of attacking role. Chelsea conceded. Walker, just 1 point because of that late goal. Because Bailey, he was on my bench. He was about the only other player other than Williams and Haaland who did anything. Williams gets an assist because of the handball, which seems a little bit fortunate. Sterling, nothing. Martinelli, nothing. He had that goal chalked off. Salah, nothing. So that was a captaincy option that could have gone 50-50. I went the right way with that. And Jesus Book gets 1. So nothing going on for me really. My rank gone way down to 2.3. Got 2 free transfers. I've got a wildcard pending. I think there's a tendency, I think all my years of playing FPL, just these things happen. The decisions and the squad look decent. I can't really kick myself too bad. It's just one of those things that happened. A lot of things conspired against, and it was a low scoring week altogether. So I'm only 1 or 2 good weeks again from breaking back into the top million. So I have to console myself with that. And I think the side's decent. 2 transfers to work on. So I'll think about that over the coming week. But all in all, disappointing week. But you know what? I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Let's have a look at some of the players, though, that are expected to get the most points over the next few weeks. Defenders wise, predicted points, Cancelo is top, and you can see why with those fixtures he's got. He's expected to get 23.9 points over the next 5 games. His XGI is not that good. Trent's is much better. But look at Trent's fixtures. He's got Wolves at home. As a Trent owner, I don't want to get rid of him before that match. But then look at that. Chelsea away, Arsenal away, Man City at home. Even have to say Brighton at home will be a tricky game. So they look difficult fixtures, but he's still predicted to be the second highest player scoring. And wow, look at West Ham's fixtures. Difficult start to the season. Look at that. Newcastle at home without Wilson, maybe. Well, no Gomes, possibly, say Maximan. Everton, Wolves, Fulham, Southampton. It's a cracking set of fixtures. And Cresswell's the next highest predicted point scorer. So topping Robbo, who is now obviously places under threat, you feel, from Simicast and rotation. Cresswell, only 4.9. He's tempting, I have to say. Possibly more so over Emerson. We'll have to look into that in more detail. But those are the top scoring defenders, and it's just interesting to see Cresswell breaking into that for a change. In midfield, not much has changed in the fact that Mohamed Salah's still top. Then you have KDB, very close behind, much better fixtures, and they play them each other, as you'll see in 5 game weeks times. Son Heung-min, 24.9, not far behind. Difficult set of 3 fixtures coming out though. Don't know what your class Leicester is at the moment. Very expensive asset. Just not anyone that particularly interests me. But those 3 have been the top predicted for quite a while now. Up front, there's a little bit of a change. Not in that Haaland is still clearly top of that. And then Kane followed behind. Those 2 obvious. Tony, even despite his hat-trick, has been replaced by Mitrovic. Mitrovic, I think he's returned something like 5 in the 6 games so far. Chelsea at home, difficult. Although they're conceding goals, you certainly wouldn't put it past them to score. And then Forest away, Newcastle, West Ham, Bournemouth, some decent fixtures nailed on pens. Mitrovic sneaking in at 6.8, a fraction of the price. He's possibly that third striker to go for. Difficult to oust Jesus out, I would have thought, though. Looking at some value players then, I've just picked out Tyrone Mings back in the Villa side. 4.3 million, cheap as chips he is. Look at those fixtures. I'm not sure I would have classed that Leicester away game anymore as red. Leicester are still scoring goals. Then Southampton, Leeds, Forest. That's a lovely set of 3 games. Villa looked pretty strong defensively at home to Man City. Granted, they were sort of backs to the wall. But Mings playing in that side, is he one to consider? 4.3, real differential. But he's expected to get 15.5 to 3 points a game. You can see 1 or 2 clean sheets. And for 4.3, that's quite a good enabler. Bowen, looking at West Ham's fixtures, look really good. Only problem with Bowen so far, even though he's predicted to get 20 points, 4 points, that's pretty much an assist or a turn each game. He's just done nothing so far this season. But those fixtures nailed on, starts every game. Yeah, you wouldn't rule him out. A bit of a punt. And Foden started every single game for Man City. Decent fixtures again. He's got to be in our considerations. He's got 1 goal, 3 assists. Again, overlooked a lot, low ownership, but Foden, possibly. Love this part of the weekend then. Let's have a look at the mini league. Still at the top with 428 points. You've got 54 points this week. Peter Christensen, Premierleague, if I say that correctly, had another fantastic week. He's actually ranked somewhere about between 3 and 3,500 in the world. Let's have a look at his side. Raya or Ramsdale and goal wouldn't have mattered because they both got 2 points. Trent, wow, how frustrating was that? Cancelo's well conceding late goal. Nico Williams, nothing in defence really. James there. One of the transfers, you had 2 transfers, took out Rodrigo because obviously the injury, and De Silva, who just wasn't doing a lot for Brentford. His XGI has always been really low. Gross came in, Elmer and came on. Just got it the wrong way round really. Could have played Gross over Elmer. Can't blame you for that. Elmer probably would have been who I would have gone for as well. Salah 3, Elmer 2, Martinez 2. Tony and Haaland captain doing the damage up front. Jesus 81 point. Overall 54 points. So just 2 players just wading in. What a difference one player makes. Oh, look at this side. ranked, what, 3,500? I'm ranked 2.3 million. And I've got so many of these players in there. I've got Nico Williams, I've got Cancelo, James, Trent to the back. So I haven't got Cancelo, so I've got 3. Plus Ramos, I've got 4. Salah, 5, Martinelli, 6, 7, 8 of these players. But just worlds apart. So you're doing really well. Hope and rooting for you to keep going up there. Keep getting green arrows. Doing really well. 54 points, still to a volley, clearly. And just so far up in the world. Really impressive. Next, for the team with the most points, when a lot of the template sides really branked, we had 15 angry men. They were pretty happy today. Nitsuhu Pasesi, 143rd in our league. You can see why. 92 points this week. Just so many differential picks. Pope in goal, doubled up with that Newcastle defence. 8 points for Trippier, 12 for Pope. Wow. De Bruyne in there. Rashford really paid off. And then Captain Kane, and he had Tony as well. Wow, 92 points. Clearly a great week. So many differentials. I hope this pays off and you keep going forward, because those Newcastle defenders look good in the long term. But wow, what a great week for you. That's it for this one then. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, how did you get on in game week 6? What is your overall rank? We'll come at you later on this week with a team selection video. Before that, we'll probably have a watch list together of my transfer plans. Who am I looking to bring in? Which of those players that interest me? In the meantime, have a good week, guys. Speak to you soon.